Welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak 2. Let's see what's going on now. I think we're probably going to have to go over to Van, but let's see what the game wants us to do. Substitute Spriggan's End. Yep. Time to go to the port, Act A1, 1A, and see what's going on there.
Damn, where'd that brat go?
Hunt him down! We can't let that lead slip, no matter what!
Dad.
Do I remember that from the demo? I do not. I have to say it wasn't in the demo. Last I played the demo was about a month ago. Yes, I remember,
Shit.
though.
Turns out these bastards are the shoot first type. I'll draw their fire. In the meantime, you...
Well, this went sideways fast. Still, we can't just let them get their hands on that key.
What the?
Gun her down already!
Ah! Pull it together. I have to get this lead to Ron. Woman in black?
What are you doing here? Follow me, we're off this boat.
This way! Get a move on!
Ah!
And cut!
Yes, it was all a movie.
Flawless take, girls! Judith, you were fantastic! And Nina! Sensational!
Was there ever a better description of him other than greasy middle-aged man? Greasy, greasy, greasy. And creepy, too.
This scene, where your characters first meet, is gonna be a major highlight. And the camera's loving that foxy, skin-tight jumpsuit. Whew! It's the perfect fusion of eros and savagery.
Director, could you maybe inject a little less sexual harassment into your feedback?
It's an honor to finally be a part of one of your films, Mr. Gotti. These action scenes are so intense. You're quite the visionary.
Don't understate your own talent, my dear. Not everyone could play a role like Michelle.
Miss Lanster!
Oh, crap.
Yes, we finally meet Grammy. The very first Grimcat, as near as I can tell.
Excuse you?
Well, hello, Dominique. Nice of you to come visit us on location.
Of course. Even in my glory days, I always preferred a hands-on approach. Besides, how could I miss the rare opportunity to observe my granddaughter's acting up close and personal?
Oh, I guess I better pull out all the stops.
Two of the most popular starlets of today, coached by Dominique Lanster, a celebrated singer of yesteryear. This is shaping up to be one hell of a movie.
It's a crossover between Golden Blood and Wolves Requiem, correct?
Which is a bit mysterious since the lead female character at the end of Wolf Requiem died. But hey.
That alone is enough to draw anyone in. What else did you expect?
Holy cow! I've never seen the special effects come together so quickly before. And the way you sync the footage is spot on.
Where'd you learn this stuff, kid?
It's really nothing special. I'm a researcher at the Basel Institute of Science, so computers are second nature to me. There's a lot of overlap between video editing and the visual analysis we do in observational astronomy.
Huh. We got a regular boy wonder here. The rest of you better start taking notes.
Yes, sir.
Remind me, Van, how exactly did we get wrapped up in this?
Flashback. Several hours earlier. Petra.
So this is Messeldom's harbor district. It's a lot more developed than I expected. Now where's that address Van gave me?
Your destination is roughly 200 ards from your current position.
Ah, good call. Having them use cloaking devices, I'm sure that'd cause a sensation. Otherwise.
Right, it should be just around that corner.
Now you're just another tourist talking to yourself.
Okay, you two, let's be on our way.
Oh, there you are. Long time no see, Catra. What's it been? 2 months now?
Just about. It feels nice getting to chat face to face instead of over comms. I'm really glad to see you and Judith haven't changed a bit.
Right back at you, Catra.
Well, if we have a best girl in this series, and I don't know that we do, she's my #1 pick. But we'll see who else shows up.
Are you sure they don't need you at the Institute, though?
Oh, I've already finished my compulsory courses for the semester. I even had enough spare time to upgrade Theo and Zeros.
My processing speed has increased by 15%. Catcher worked hard on it.
That's our little whiz kid for you.
Wow. So you made their AI even smarter, huh?
I also added a few new features, but that's probably more than you would care to hear about. Come to think of it, aren't you in the middle of shooting a film, Judith?
Yeah, production started on location in early January. It's a crossover between last year's 2 big blockbusters. Directors Gotti and Lam are collaborating on it. We're only working on Gotti's part right now, but the cast and crew's really getting into the swing of things. That means I'll only be able to investigate between shoots. Sorry, Van.
Hey, no skin off my back. I'm just happy you're willing to help. But you know, you really don't need to bother if your schedule's packed.
The bits and pieces I heard about what happened at the Capitol are already too much to ignore. Do you mind filling us in on the details, now that Catcher's here?
Yes, I'd like some clarification on that whole affair.
All right, I'll try and keep it short and sweet.
So that's how things went. It's almost too surreal to believe. A dark red beast that resembles the Grendel, and Almada's legacy. This demands our attention, especially the first Genesis react. No kidding. I borrowed this one just in case, but to be honest, I don't know how much use it'll be. Apparently it has time travel abilities, so it might be of a lot of use. True, they tend to only glow in Agnes's presence. That strange phenomena you mentioned is another point of concern. Wish I could explain it better. It ain't easy to put into words. Doesn't sound like we have much to go off of at this time. Is the capital safe, at least? Yeah, I lost Agnes and a few other folks I can trust to hold down the fort. If worse comes to worse, Elaine's there too, so they should be fine for now. Understood. Then I suppose the 3 of us should get to looking for Almada's legacy. Right. It's been too long since I've seen some real action. And I'm not about to turn a blind eye to anything involving Almada. Besides, even on a tight schedule, I've always found time for a side gig or two. That's right. case like this is nothing for Judith Lanster. Let me at him. Did something happen to Judith since we last met, Anne? Her Grammy put her through the ringer when she got back home in December. Sure. Made a lot of mistakes lately, but who hasn't? I'm doing my best here. That whole scandal with me and Maxim wasn't even my fault. And yet even Mom won't stick up for me. If I don't start showing some improvement front stage and backstage, I'll never hear the end of it. I don't think I've ever seen Judith like this before. Her grandmother must be terrifying. Ring, ring. Oh, look who it is. And we were just talking about him, too. Arkwright here. How's it been, Director?
Pan! Oh, boy, am I glad you picked up. Judith tells me you're in Messeldom right now.
Sure am. Let me guess. You're in some kind of trouble?
Oh, I'll say. One of our actors is running late. If we don't act fast, it'll mean major delays in our shooting schedule. And wouldn't you know it? Today's supposed to be Nina's first day on the set. We'll need a stand-in, but the role takes a fair bit of physicality, so as far as viable candidates go...
Are you asking what I think you're asking?
I know it's short notice, Fan, but be a good sport. Think of it as a little favor from you to me.
Everyone, for real? Despite Van's initial reluctance at the director's request, Gotti's relentless passion eventually convinced him to accept. With Katra's help, the filming went off without a hitch. Playback looks great. Let's take 5, everybody. Boy, somebody in the background looks like they need a seasickness pill or something. Goodness. You sure saved my ass, Van. I had no idea you were such a talented stuntman. We'll have to shoot some pickups when Ethan gets here, but the whole day would have been a bust without you. That fight scene you choreographed for us was a cherry on top. Heck, I ought to get you and Katra on staff. No, it was no big deal. But out of curiosity, do full-timers get access to unedited cuts of the adult scenes? Okay, that's enough out of both of you. Oh, brother. The job does seem fun, though. By the way, what's Grammy up to? Oh, she's helping Nina run lines for the next scene. I'll tell you this much. Bringing her on board really lit a fire under our asses. Dominique Lanster, the biggest chambonnier? Apologies to anyone who speaks French. Of her generation. Even after retiring, she still has a finger in every corner of the business. Apparently, she only takes jobs where the mood strikes her, but any production she touches becomes a massive hit. That's an impressive resume. She sounds like a woman of many talents. Grammy coaches everything from stage and screen actors to professional athletes. She even has experience planning large-scale events. It's all done behind the scenes, so the industry sees her as a legend, a real genius in her field. Who would have thought we'd end up working with her here in Messeldom? Ha ha ha! I take it you didn't hear about it till the last minute either, Judith? Well, the good news is, we've now got a cinematic masterpiece for the ages on our hands. Keep an eye out for the premiere. I gotta run. But I'll see to it you get paid in a few days for all your help. No rest for a director, is there? I hope we were able to lighten the load, if nothing else. For sure. In fact, it brought me some time, too. With today's shoot out of the way, should be free until evening. All right, then. I think we've hung around here long enough. You two ready to roll? First things first, we need to track down Almada's legacy. Of course, that's easier said than done. We should be able to sniff out some clues in town, though. Let's make the rounds and see what turns up. I'd like to poke around Almada's old stomping grounds in particular. Right. As far as Messeldam goes, that place tops the list. Oh, and I've spread the word about 4 SPGs like you asked, so we might have a few of those to do. Good looking out. While we're at it, we might as well stop by the White Whale Inn. There's something in my room I wanted to show you guys. You must mean that new software from Marduk. Very well. We can drop in at some point as we work through our request.
All right. I've got my disguise on now, so I'm good to go.
That could win an award for the worst disguise in history. Can you do the same?
I was just thinking
crap,
something
Edith?
like that.
How on earth did no one recognize you?
Okay, let's see what we've got. First of all, got this jogging fellow. Hello, jogging fellow. Phew, about halfway done with today's deliveries. I tell you, this job ain't no walk in the park. The guy I worked for took me under his wing back in my street punk days, though, so I can't just leave him out to dry. Anyway, not much longer now. Time for me to get my ass in gear. Or you can chat, but he doesn't have anything else. Okay. Thought maybe he had something to buy. He's over here on the film set. Oh, these are standard.
I can't believe I get to see a real starlet up close.
Yep. Somebody filming the filmers. Are you still not satisfied with the scene, Mr. Gotti? I can tweak my performance however you like. No, you played your part to a T, Nina. Just feels like we need a little je ne quoi. Almost pulled it off. Je ne sais quoi. Sorry again to anyone who speaks French. To the things together before cutting out the climax. Cutting to the climax. No shame in asking for advice if you need it. The whole point of this blockbuster crossover is to raise support for the survivors of Crave Village, right? Knowing that, I'd like to help in any way I can. Looks like Grammy and them are ironing stuff out. Let's not butt in. They've got enough on their plates.
I never realized there were so many people involved in making a movie.
Yeah, it's not just actors and directors out here. Takes a village to make the magic happen.
There's a scene going on in the back that looks interesting. What is this guy's story?
Not this way.
Why does he look like he's about to keel over the guy standing in front of the Carmen San Diego clone? I guess she's more pink than red.
I hope I can get their autograph.
Okay, shop here. Let's see what they've got. Hello there, Josephina.
What can I get for you?
I guess a salad would be nice. Fish chowder sounds good. Any kind of chowder sounds good. Welcome. Can I interest you in our specialty seafood dishes? Here at Messeldam, you can enjoy the taste of the Northern Sea's bounty fresh out of the ocean. It's our pleasure to share the culinary experience with those who visit our fair city. She's conspicuous with that green hair, but I can't actually speak to her. Okay. This is Souvenir Store.
Why, hello there.
Hello there yourself, ma'am. Jane, welcome. Are you from out of town? We've got a wide assortment of goods here that would be perfect for souvenirs if you'd like to take a look. Our shop carries specialty items from Mistledom, Remiferia, and even North Ambria. You're bound to find something that'll tickle your fancy. I'm glad North Ambria's got some export going.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
Heal, support, ingredients. Tender whitefish. I got 5 of those. Ah. Issue 2 of the Times. Gifts. Ooh, both of which are new. My mirror is rapidly depleting. Accessories. Nothing new. Rubber grip. Oh, this is for fishing. Do I have dumplings? I don't. It's expensive, but I'll buy some.
Please come back anytime.
I didn't try when I did the demo, which is what's published on YouTube. I didn't try fishing on the demo, but I did try when I was running through the first parts of this again.
Sea. I'm a little surprised it's not too cold out there this time of year.
I think that's because the flow of ocean currents keeps the port ice-free.
It's like a gateway that connects all the northern countries, like Orid, Lemon, and Remiferia.
Alrighty.
Can I fish here? Or do I have to ask permission to fish here? Oh, it's Van, and he brought friends. Fancy seeing you all the way out of Mistledom. Do you know these people, Van? Yeah, we met a while ago in the capital. They, persuaded me to take some fishing gear off their hands. Doesn't seem like you're too pressed about it, the way you've been carrying that rod around everywhere. What can I say? Helps pass the time. Hey, what matters is that you're enjoying yourself. I'm just as much of an angling aficionado as these two, so any newcomer to the sport are more than welcome. Same with us. We came to make a rare catch that can be found in Mistodom's winter waters. We also plan on posting a pic of it on our social media account afterwards. Yes, we've advanced to the point where people now do social media and selfies. That's where we are after the Orbital Revolution. Just took 55 years or so to get here. We just launched it, so check it out when you get the chance. Oh, and here's a little something for the road. You should cast a few lines with us if you're up for it. More fishing bait. Thanks, we'll keep it in mind. Can I fish here? No, I don't see any icons saying where I can fish. Oh, there's a scene over there. Okay. I was looking at the blue exclamation. That's something you can miss if you're not careful. Yep, nothing's popping up saying I can fish. Well, okay then.
This place seems different from the rest of the town.
These are the back streets of Mistledom. I hear this place is kinda sketch.
Makes sense. Almada's old HQ was right around here after all.
You two? What's up? Shirunga, you never mentioned that in this research trip would take us halfway across the country. I was only hoping to push back my next take it easy and go cafe hopping. Rodan, you numbskull, you sloppy, spotless ogre. Is she the manga artist? Huh? But you're the one who said you wanted to travel around gathering material. If this isn't working out, though, I can always take you back to Edith to work on that draft. Yep, she's the manga person who kind of wants a break from it. Wait, hold that thought. I think I just had a breakthrough. I knew you would, Miss Kakana. That settles it. Let the fieldwork continue. I didn't realize how crime-infested Mistledom's back alleys were. Still, Miss Kakano and her work are depending on me. I'll keep her safe, come what may. I swear it on my life as her editor. That's dedication. According to our intel, this should be Almada's old headquarters. But this isn't exactly what I was expecting. Zect Arms. Yeah, after the place got abandoned, it fell under police jurisdiction. Once Almada was out of the picture, they put the building up for auction, and another company snatched it up. Some people just have too much money to throw around. They even did some remodeling by the look of it. The sign up there says Zect Arms. Wait, didn't they show up in Oracion? Oh, great. Those guys. The public, they're just an up-and-coming manufacturer. But dig deeper, and crooked practices abound. Rumor has it they develop and produce illegal weaponry, distribute archaisms on the black market, and more. Dingo's notebook even mentions they were suppliers to Almada. They also have an axe to grind with Master Barkarn. Didn't realize you'd been investigating them too, though, Katra. I couldn't help myself after everything that happened. Still, to think they would buy up Almada's old property. It's definitely shady, but it's not like they were working directly under Almada. Yeah, all their dealings aside, the company was founded outside of Culvard. On top of that, this building's been searched by the police several times over. I can't really see them leaving any traces of Almada behind. Which probably means no legacy either. Oh well. Want to try someplace else? Yes, let's.
Okay. Next shift should be...
I can chat with him. Hello, sir. This is private company property. Unless you have an appointment, I'm going to have to ask that you leave. Nothing personal, though. I'm only part of the firm the building's owners are outsourcing security to. Gosh, that's an awkward sentence. If you got business with the tenants, just head inside and speak with their representative directly. Oh, I can. Coolness. And they have brochures? Good day. How may I be of service? If you're looking to enter the upper floors, I'm afraid you need an appointment. I'll be happy to take a message, though. Nope, I think that's all we needed. So we know where Zect Arms is. A couple of people in this building we can talk to. Oh, it's those guys again. Came from there, so let's go straight through here. It's a hawker. Barker. Galileo? Oh-ho! Ain't seen your face around before, buddy. Just passing through town? I see you got a lady friend with you right now. Why'd you give her the slip later and swing back this way? You said that in front of her. There's a real nice place I can get you into. You got your Bentley urges, don't you? No shame in that. Gonna have to pass. Why don't you go solicit someone who actually has time to waste? Ah, come on, no need to be like that. Whoa, now, hold on a tick. Your lady friend here. She looks just like that famous actress. No, wait, you actually are her, ain't ya? You know, I'm also scouting for young women looking to, shall we say, market themselves? We could work something out if you like. My gosh. No, I don't like. Jeez, clearly no one ever taught this creep how to treat a lady. He knew it was a lost cause and yet went for it anyway. This is a Barker who's never known fear. Or decency. Okay, chat with the lady here. Hello, ma'am. Might get more customers if you didn't smoke. Patricia. Last night's client was a bust. Guess there's more and better where he came from, though. Still, the people who visit our club have really gone down in quality lately. Well, whatever. I keep turning tricks on my own terms. No more, no less.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Anything turn up on your end? Not yet. Where the hell is that damn brat? There's lookouts posted every way in and out of the city, so he's got no place to run. We'll find him if we have to turn over every last rock in the street. Someone's coming. You know the drill. Run! What's up with those two? It sounds like they're in the middle of a manhunt. Something smells off about this. Let's just focus on our investigation for now. We still need to get a handle on the situation in Messeldam. And they're gone. I have a required scene up ahead and a shop. And someone to speak to over here.
Boy, wanna have a little fun?
Looks like someone doodled. Wait, no. This is called graffiti art, isn't it?
Holy moly! Whoever did this has got talent.
Where? Right in front of us?
You're new around here?
It's like a stencil. Oh, this! Actually, that is pretty interesting. Symbolic of what, though? Is that a weapon and a bird or butterfly? Interesting. Hey, buddy. Romeo. What sort of business could you possibly have with me, strangers? You tourists who took a wrong turn? Or you customers looking to buy some gummies? Don't get all tense. I'm just a small business owner. People bring the demand, and I bring the supply. That's all. Is this man talking about what I think he is? Yep, he deals in illegal substances. People say Messeldam was a breeding ground for this kind of thing even before the Mafia moved in. Looks like that hasn't changed. Damn, I think they would have wised up after everything went down with Almada. And to top it off, he's using Candy as a street name. Gummies. Makes me sick to my stomach. That's the part that gets you? How dare you besmirch the name of sweets? Okay. Club Barracuda. Showgirls. This isn't your everyday establishment. Maybe not, but places like this are surefire bet for underworld intel. It's about the size of it. Would you rather wait outside, kiddo? There's no need to coddle me. It's only the middle of the day, so we'll just take 3 mocktails. Right away, sir. Didn't realize bars even offered non-alcoholic drinks. Depends on the joint, but it's not too uncommon when it's still light out. Hey, this is pretty tasty. Just right for an afternoon pick-me-up. I have to agree. You've got some skills. Got some killer skills, barkeep. That's very flattering, sir. I'm not just talking cocktails, by the way. Bartender. It's hard to tell by looks alone, but you're packing a lot of muscle under that uniform. Also notice the glances you sneak at the door and the customers. It's more vigilance than a typical barkeeper needs. My take's that you're double as this club's bouncer. I'm lost for words. Are you perhaps involved in some sort of detective work? That's one way to put it. You wouldn't happen to be an ex-Jaeger called Robson, would you? I heard your story from Dingo. I closed his eyes. You were acquainted with him? That was a telling response. So you knew each other, too? Yes, as you presumed, I am Robson. Dingo has done much for me in the past. Shame what became of him. So you already heard the news. Already? It was like 3 or 4 months ago, right, Fan? It was last year, in fact. Even now, I struggle to believe it. Since you are a close friend of his, it would be my pleasure to accommodate you in whatever way I can. That being said, I would advise you not to bring his name up in front of the owner. Did something happen between them? In a sense. You see, our club's highest earner used to be a hostess by the name of Mistress. Mistress now works her own establishment in the Blacklight District. That's the lady from the Blacklight District. Yes, Judith, thank you. I didn't have to explain. Mistress, huh? I know she and Dingo got acquainted while he was in Messeldom. But it sounds like there's more to the story. I can't discuss this too openly, but at the time, Mistress was being blackmailed into doing the owner's bidding. Dingo was the one who pulled every trick in the book to secure her freedom. It would seem the owner harbors a grudge over it to this very day. Damn, that's a hell of a history. What brings your investigation here, if I may ask? I would be happy to answer any question you have to the best of my ability, Mr. Call me Van. I'm a Spriggan from the capital. Ah, the one from the rumors. I'm here in Misseldom to find something, so we're all doing a little info gathering. Have you noticed any sketchy developments here lately? Particularly in relation to Almada. The police were scouring the place as part of their own investigation not too long ago. But as far as I'm aware, they didn't discover anything of note. In truth, however, the owner has worked with Almada on numerous past occasions. He's only ever to line his own pockets, however, so he's likely ignorant of their inner workings. Even if he weren't, he's crafty enough to keep the police from delving into him too deeply. So he actually gave them the slip? Sounds like interrogating him wouldn't get us much anywhere then. There are many others in this town that are also connected to Almada in some shape or form. In most cases, however, it was that they were either threatened or exploited. The only people who truly know what went on at Almada would be those who worked directly under them. The way I understand it, each and every member was arrested at the end of last year. That is the extent of my knowledge, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. Not at all. This gives us a much better grasp of things. Yeah, you definitely saved us some trouble down the road. That pleases me to hear. We'll hit you up again if we need anything else. Hey, either we don't. We might just drop by for some more drinks. I'll save you a spot at the counter. Ooh, shop. I can't help but see Fate's hand at work, bringing an acquaintance of Dingo's through the door after all this time. Nevertheless, I'm merely this club's bartender, or at times its bouncer. While that, regrettably, limits the way in which I can help you, do let me know if you're ever in need. And though this may be remiss of me to say as an employee, watch your back around the owner.
May I help you?
Yes, you have food. I will buy the food. Do I have anything I can sell? Ooh. We are definitely getting that. I'm running out of money again. It's always like this in the first run through in these Trails games. You think you have plenty of money, then there's stuff to buy and you don't anymore. They're selling Zerum powder and Zerum capsules? Holy heck. Were we able to buy those in previous games? Not the Cold Steel games that I remember. I would have stocked up like crazy on those. Those are great. Have anything I can exchange? Ooh, I do have a little bit.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Ooh, patience, Van. There's Judith, Katra, and our friend Van. His portrait's a little off, isn't it? There's a lot more, worn, maybe? A bit older and a little less, well, he still looks anime, but he doesn't look quite so smooth.
Planner launched!
I have gifts. A picture book with cute and trendy illustrations for Anya's.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jin. Oh, for Renee. I was kind of wondering who that was for. As the redhead does not strike me as the type who would actually drink hard liquor like gin. Seems very much more the fruity cocktail type.
I'll gladly take that off your hands.
I bet you will. What an animal puzzle for you, May.
Thanks a bunch, Van.
You're welcome, little one. Oh, someone else I can chat. You're not the owner, are you? Mr. Steve. Well now, is that a new customer I see? It takes a discerning eye to step into an Arrow Club. No need to be tense. Release your inhibitions and carouse away. You seek entertainment of a more titillating nature, no? This must be the owner that bartender was talking about. Seems like a cheerful guy at first glance. Yeah, gives off a whiff of something unsavory, though. At the very least, he was involved with Almada. It doesn't show on his face one bit. Keep your guard up around him. Our pole dancing performances over there have become quite popular. Frankly, I only added them as a way to fill the void my biggest earning hostess left upon her departure. They're paying off much faster than I anticipated, however. The mirror-making business never grows dull. Interesting take. Ladies? Another jukebox that doesn't actually work. Boo. Okay, club to remember. Okay, I guess we're going to swing over this way.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Gotta have the beer if you want the good stuff.
Hey, buddy. Kitty. I can't pet the kitty. Boo. I don't give a damn if you're from Almada or All-Father. This is my town, you're here. Now, where'd you put that whopper I fished up? It was bigger than a ship, for crying out loud. Ugh. Guff, guff. Is this gentleman okay? He must be one of the homeless. The kind that's a little far gone by the looks of it. The world's no stranger to this sort of thing. Just keep our noses to ourselves and stay out of trouble. Something's... bulletin board! She's certainly contemplating that board with a lot of interest.
Let's see what we got.
There's a Forspriggan on the bulletin board. A prized possession. About 9 years ago, I happened to lose a childhood treasure of mine here in Messeldom. I know the idea seems a little far-fetched, but I'm hoping it's still somewhere in the city. Should be willing to help. Waiting your answer at the chapel. Francesca. Prized possession. Oh, okay. Ooh, there's a cinema. Let's go check out the cinema. Whoa.
I'm really looking forward to the film festival.
Film festival? I guess it's rescheduled for this
Theater
year.
plays all kinds of movies, including independent films.
Oh, really? Then movie fans must be in love with this place.
They do hold one of the film festivals here. It tracks that they'd want to appeal to film buffs.
Use your phones and enjoy the film.
Did someone just take a picture of us? That was weird. Welcome to Extra Cinemas,
We have merchandise for the movie.
where all are invited to watch to their heart's content. As the premier theater of Nesselden, a cradle of movie culture, we offer a wide selection for our guests to choose from. Many associate this city with more niche, artistic works, perhaps due in part to our local film festival. However, we're also screening a wide range of more conventional entertainment for your viewing pleasure.
The showing on Screen 1 will soon begin.
Any recommendations, Carter?
If you have a ticket, please proceed.
Production director Gotti put on at Tharbad Film Festival last year was met with critical acclaim. It's all well and good, but it caught on so much here that I fear our city will try to rip it off.
We have
What I want is for the Nesseldown Film Festival to differentiate itself through its unique and original style. Blindly emulating the Tharbad Film Festival in an attempt to chase its success is something I just can't support. Stick to your guns.
Wonder when it'll start.
Fuck.
Thank you for your
Oh,
visit
Miss
today.
Leinster. Thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to give me an autograph.
Soon begin.
I'll treasure it with my life.
Please silence
No,
your
thank
phones
you
and
for
enjoy the
supporting
film.
me. It's always a pleasure to make a fan's day. Smooth one. You really know how to please your adoring public. The fact that she was even willing to indulge an admirer like me is just
We have merchandise
incredible.
on sale at the shop.
At first, I was only hoping to sneak a peek at the filming location during my lunch break. Anything more would just be a bother. But then, figuring there was nothing to lose, I asked you to sign something for me between takes. Imagine my shock when she actually said yes. Don't mention it. Indulging a Myra is all part of an actress's job.
For your visit today.
I'll stop by the theater again once the shoot and my personal business are out of the way.
Showing on Screen 1
See you
will soon
then.
begin.
Wow, Judith's popularity is as strong as ever.
Please silence your phones and enjoy the film.
Secret probably lies in the way she interacts with her fan base. We can watch a
Welcome.
movie? Would you like to buy a ticket? What's playing right now?
We have merchandise for the movie on sale
Robin
at
the
shop.
Lady Jumping? On the Grump Notcher? Shade.
Why not
Oh my
buy a
gosh.
souvenir to remember
I wonder
your
if these
visit?
sounds, which of these sounds niche enough to be only showing here that we won't be able to see elsewhere. I'm going to go with Shade. Yes. We can't watch with both
Thank
of
you
them?
for your visit today.
Well, let's watch with Judith. Oh, I can watch
The
with
showing
both of
on
them.
Screen
Okay.
2 will soon begin.
Purchase. Ben headed into the theater with his company of choice, having decided to watch a movie during their work break. I have no idea what this is about. Lizzie, a diffident introvert, struggling to adjust to her new public-facing job. One night, she stares into her mirror and whispers to her reflection, I wish I could change. I wish I could express myself, my real self. Several days pass, and suddenly Lizzie finds herself inundated with thank yous and incessant praise for her stressful sales streak. Her successful sales streak. Her stressful. Could be stressful too, I don't know. Lizzie contemplates how this might have happened, and despite the insanity of the idea, begins to wonder if this was the work of another her. One day, she notices a customer slacking off and thinks to herself, why bother coming to the office if you're not going to do anything? Other stray thoughts run across her mind, such as, I wish my annoying neighbor Barbara would just die already. The next day, Lizzie learns the slacker got into a traffic accident on the way to work. Distraught, she races over to Barbara's apartment.
No! Don't come any closer! Stop! Please!
Barbara, are you okay? My, how curious. Since when did I have a look-alike? No, it's just like I feared. My wish actually came true. Please, just drop the knife. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Liar. You know, you remind me of how I used to be. A filthy, yellow-bellied coward. But I'm not that person anymore. I changed. I decided to accept myself just as I am. Now I have the courage to make my own choices, like killing poor, miserable Barbara.
Two Lizzies? What's going on? I don't understand!
There's no time to explain. Barbara, get up! We have to run! So, I have my very own doppelganger, and she actually thinks she's the real me. How cute. I'll allow her to live out that fantasy for a while. Ever since I made that wish, I've felt so free. But if she tries to take that away from me, I'll cast a light on that two-faced lie and make her fade into nothing.
To be continued? To be continued. Katra? You okay, bud? I'm alright. I normally don't have any trouble with horror. I was even fine with that other horror movie from last year. What, the Mishi one? Yes, that surprised me too, Katra. But everything involving the mirror hit a little closer to home than I expected. Yeah, I can see why. They say mirrors are like windows into the soul. Some people even put a cloth over them when they're not. Oh, crap. Sorry. Shutting up now. Wouldn't want you to develop a minor phobia or something. No, this is nothing. I'm a boy, after all. I won't let myself be swayed by something that has absolutely no basis in science. Whoa, easy there, Katra. Why did the main character immediately jump to, oh no, I might have a doppelganger? I don't know. It all seems a little contrived to me. Wow, didn't think I'd be hearing a scathing critique from you. I will say that the twist caught me off guard. I had no idea that the Lizzie who was after Barbara was the real one. The contrast between her introverted self in the first half and the psychopath she turned into in the second worked in the movie's favor. Now think about it, that thriller from last year, Sober Curious, was also about how we have two sides. I was just thinking about that one. I didn't remember its name, though. In the end, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are humans themselves. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Yes, I'll take a brochure. Thank you. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resumed their work. And got points for himself? Okay. I'm glad your relationship with yourself is going well there, Van. Goodness, that sounded strange once I said it out loud. Okay, chapel, but there's a required event dead ahead, so let's go do that before we... Oh, sorry! I'm not used to the whole cars being around thing. That was totally my fault, though. Wait, is this who this looks like from the back? It is! It's Detective Nate! Dude, what are you doing here?
Arkwright Solutions?
Well, look who it is. You're that detective. Nate, right? Nice to see you.
Right back at you, Judith. Fancy meeting you here.
I knew he would take that. I knew how he would react.
I guess those rumors about you being in town for a shoot were... Hold on a second! That doesn't explain what the rest of you were doing in Messeldom.
We're here on a work trip. Same as you, I wager. Well, let me guess. Tidying up after Almada's turning out to be more than just a year-end job? Boy, you really know how to hit the mark. I gotta tell you, rounding up every organization on their fringes is a slog. We're making arrests ever since we arrived early last month. Worst of all, they've got 6 of us guys griming up one room at the end. Oh, griming, okay. It's like sleeping in a sardine can. He's going off on a venting session. He does that, Katra. Works for me. Let's see if we can get him to spill a few beans. So they brought in Edith's Beth and brightest, huh? The brunt of the investigation must have been a breeze after that. Well, what can I say? Just comes easy to me. But the police can't take all the credit. The Guild and the CID are in high gear on this, too. Naturally, we've cleaned up all of Almada's stragglers. Same goes for any group they've so much as shaken hands with. So you can just focus on filming worry-free, Judith. That's good to hear. So in other words, they haven't found anything worth mentioning. If that's the case, why haven't you gone back to the capital yet? Well, we're talking about a pretty wide-reaching mafia here. There's still a few bits and bobs that need clearing up, like the finer part of their cash flows. But hey, that's just a tiny slice of it. We've got most of the rest on lock. That's what makes us the best and brightest. So, I see. Guess that means people in the know about Almada's legacy are in short supply now. Well, I guess that's the gist of things. Hit us up if you get any new info, Mr. Best and Brightest. Sure thing. Leave it to me. Wait a minute. Why should I have to share information with you guys? Sure took him long enough. Don't sweat the small stuff. Can I go into the White Well? I can. Have I been in the White Well already? Hello? Citrus. Welcome. Oh, you stayed with us before, haven't you, sir? Those are some bright red shoes you've got there, Citrus. In that case, welcome back. Take a load up with your friends and enjoy our historic tavern. My dad may seem scary, but he's just trying to protect us from rowdy patrons, so you can rest easy. Hello, Dad? Mirko? On second glance, I remember you lodging with us a couple of times before. You're that Spriggan from the capital. It's been a long while since your last stay. I take it something's brewing behind the scenes? Just sweeping up the aftermath. Nothing you need to worry yourself over. So you've been to this inn before, huh? Sounds like he has a pretty good idea of what it is you do. Yeah, I had a few jobs that brought me to Messeldam some years back. Mirko here made sure I was well taken care of. He's got a lot of grit. Probably comes from dealing with rough and tumble sailors all the time. My family didn't hand this place down for generations just to have its door closed over some misbehavior's monkey business. It takes at least some grit to keep things running around here. We're definitely in good hands. That should make for a comfortable base of operations. And what do you have to sell, sir?
Can I help you?
Items? Oh, more stuff. Seafood Doria. White Whale in signature pasta made with fresh seafood. I was like, what is this? Actually sounds really good.
Come again.
Atra? Judith. Boy, I have a lot of food. And I'm gonna have to eat almost all of it to get the, oh, what is it called? The culinary trophy? That's not it. Let's eat something random and small. There you go. Gourmet! The gourmet trophy. There you go. And what do you have to say, sir? Butcher. Okay, nothing warms you up on a cold day like a nice hot cup of the hard stuff. But saunas are a close second. Long as you can get one or the other, what more could a guy want? Drunk by noon again? You're a real piece of work, Butcher. Butcher's his name? Not his occupation? Okay. Bother any of my other customers and I'll toss you out in the streets. Dare even ask if you have a job right now? Hey, don't you worry, barkeep. I've got a gig lined up for tomorrow. Now quit being such a stiff. Day laborers like me gotta take our fun when we can get it. Judith is bored. We must move on. There is a scene over here. Interesting. In the middle of the street where he's nearly hit by a car. Whoa there. Oh, kid from the opening.
Sorry. Pardon me.
Briskly jogging away. Well, someone's in a hurry. So much that he failed to notice us in his way. Knew what had him so worked up. He was headed for the back streets. Might be worth taking a look around there later. Now let's go for the 4 SPG first, since it's right here. Oh, there's a number of people to talk to. Talk to the father first. Though it has been long since Almada's collapse, many of us yet harbor unrest within our hearts. The reality is that there are many who have gone astray. But are they not also human? Can we not face and understand them? For what reason do people err? By confronting these truths and striving to empathize, we can reshape our fear and unrest for the better. We mustn't see them as demons beyond our comprehension, for on the whole, they, like us, are children of the goddess. Middle of the sermon. Francesca. What you got, Fran? So this is where you were. Francesca, right? You're the one who put up the 4 SPG? 4 SPG? Then you must be... The Spriggan, yeah, from Orkride Solutions. We just happened to be in Messeldom for some business. Anyway, not to jump the gun or anything, but can you fill us in on the details of your request? Of course. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Let's discuss this while we won't disturb the others. So, you requested you want us to look for something important to you. What would that be exactly? Right, I suppose that's the best place to start. I'm looking for a music box, one with a little ballerina on top. It has a crank that you can turn to play music. The ballerina will even spin as if she's dancing. You could take a spill while dancing too, but that's not something you want to do. Oh, I've seen those before. They're so cute. I agree. It was incredibly dear to me when I was a little girl. You see, my father was a busy man. Because I didn't get to see him very often, he decided to have a gift made for me, to remind me of his love. It sounds like he cared for you a great deal. He did, yes. But unfortunately, there came a time when we had to depart from Messeldom. I had no choice but to leave the music box behind. It's been on my mind ever since. I've always longed for the day I could come back and look for it. It's only now, 9 years later, that I've finally been able to visit. So you're trying to find the music box while you're still in town? Yes. Of course, there's no guarantee that it's still here. But if there's even the slightest chance... Even if you can't find the music box itself, any information on where it might be would be more than enough. Does that sound like something you could help me with? Well, I think I have the gist of your request, at least. You had no choice but to leave it behind, though? Sounds like something crazy must have happened. Yeah, that does seem a little strange. It's not exactly hard to bring a music box with you. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. There's really nothing more I can say. I apologize. Well... Listen, if there's stuff you feel you can't share, I get it. I mean, dealing with complicated matters is practically our whole business. But at the end of the day, you can't really expect us to head out on a search for some music box without having all the info. I didn't mean to. No, I'm just making more excuses. Hey, you didn't have to be so rude about it. Not like I don't get why you're skeptical, though. Is there a reason you can't ask the police or the bracers for help? Yeah, I was thinking this sounds like a guild request. I prefer not to complicate the situation, personally. I only want my music box back. I did think about trying to find it on my own, but I'm a bit hesitant to go wandering around town. Look, I would really like to help you out, but it's ultimately up to our leader here. What do you think, Van? Let's see. She's got reservations about telling the truth, but I just don't feel like it's because of a life or death situation. Still, something's bugging me. Not that's stopped me before, per se. What to do? We're taking it. About 9 years ago, ideas far-fetched, hoping is still somewhere. Will you be willing to help? Yes. All right, we'll take the case. You did go to all the trouble of putting out a 4SPG. Plus, it might be nice to do some extra legwork while we're in town. Thank you so much. Words can't explain how much this means to me. So, is there anything else you can tell us about this music box? Seriously, any info at all would be helpful. Well, my memories can be a bit hazy at times. I'll try my best. As I mentioned, it's a music box with a little ballerina on top. I think it was made of ceramic? Yes, if I'm remembering correctly, I told it came from a famous workshop here in Messeldam. Oh, you must mean the Opal factory across from the public bathhouse. We have a public bathhouse? Van? Sounds like that should be the place we start asking around. Well, let's get going. Gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Ah, it's one of these. Okay.
May Adios be with us.
Something happening over there. That's where the bathhouse is. That's where the herbal factory is. In the middle of the road again. There's cars here. Just not used to cars. Hey there. First of all, let's talk. Welcome to Levinsky's Herbal Factory. Would you like to browse our wares? Our workshop has been creating these traditional northern-style ceramics for generations now. They require the use of delicate techniques and have received much praise over the years, a fact we're very proud of. We also do some consignment sales and orbit maintenance on behalf of certain arms companies. That they trust us with these duties reflect their faith in those aforementioned techniques we've mastered. What do you have for sale?
Allow me to assist.
A new driver. Do I have enough money? I do. Oh, more plugins. Let's get a couple of the less expensive plugins. There we go. We can open that, but it means we won't be able to open any others. I think it might be best to open up some advanced. Wow, excellent. Can I open this one? No, not yet. Ooh, but I can open this one. Okay. Let's see if I can open any of these others. That can open. At this point, we're running low on stuff. Need to go out, fight some monsters, get more Sepith. Oh, shoot, I got mixed up. I thought I was opening up something for Judith. I was not. You can deal with all of them up here. Okay. Wow. Even him, huh? Renee, you're part of our team, like it or not. I think Judith is okay. There's Katra. Nope. Oh, I can't open this for you, Katra, so I will. And there's Van. But we need more Sepith. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that for right now, though.
I hope to see you again.
Well...
Wait, it's still saying I have something new here. Oh.
Allow me to assist.
More gifts! A lampshade? For Katra? Why does he need a lampshade? Innocent doll? Okay. Definitely updating everybody's equipment here. And now I'm broke. Which means I should sell that old equipment.
I hope to see you again. Allow me to assist.
I'm going to go through buy again and see if there's something else I need to look at.
I hope to see you again.
Nope, he's still showing with new.
Allow me to assist.
Purchase stuff. But they do have some nice equipment here. $187, $167. This is better. This is better for the men, though. I'm out of money. Well, should give that to Katra because he
Hope
is
to see
fragile.
you again.
What have I not seen?
Allow me to assist.
Drivers, plugins. So all the plugins, custom, exchange, apartment, exit.
I hope to see you again. Allow me to assist.
Oh, I needed to look at these. Well, I should have enough material to upgrade those. I don't need cash for that, fortunately. There we go.
Hope
Are
to
we
see you
happy
again.
now? We are, finally. Okay. And that worked to my advantage, too. Ivan. Or Ivan. What you got for me?
Got a question for you.
A music box with a ballerina? Again, huh? That's an interesting reaction. You know something. Funnily enough, I happened to come across some old paperwork on it recently, so yes, I do. Well, that certainly makes things easier. Let's start with the simple stuff then. I'm guessing it was your shop that made the music box? That's right. It was actually crafted by my grandfather. But the request for it was made roughly a decade ago. The order slip mentioned it was a present for the customer's daughter, who wanted it to be a ballerina. Money didn't seem to be an issue for the man who ordered it, though. I imagine he must have been a real up-and-comer. That's why my grandfather felt so much pressure to make it perfect. He poured all of his know-how into that thing. I don't think there was a single piece he was more proud of. Huh. Sounds like this was more of a luxury item than I thought. It really is. And considering the last time I looked it over, I imagine it's still appraised at 100,000 mira. Whoa! His craftsmanship was like no other. Wait, you've seen it before? Yeah, just last month, actually. I'm not sure if you'd be pleased to hear this or not, but an antique dealer bought it in. He wanted me to refurbish some parts of the doll that fell off. Talk about a coincidence. I only realized it was grandfather's work when I noticed his signature on the back. That's what got me digging through our old documents in the first place. Anyway, your best bet is probably going to that antique dealer. No telling if he still has the music box, though. Right. If the repair was last month, he may have already sold it. I suppose we should at least try to find him, though. Yeah. You know if the guy's still in the area? Well, I've seen him around, sure. But I'd be careful if I were you. He's not exactly known for being the reputable type. Word is he buys some of his goods through the black market. I've even heard that he has dealings over in that underground club in the back streets. Black market goods, huh? That doesn't sound great. Well, it's the only lead we've got right now. Come on, let's head to that club. Thanks for the info, Ivan.
Next up, we have our music hour.
Interesting.
Across the nation.
Oh, the bathhouse. I bet you I don't have enough money. Let's go have a look. Maybe I do.
Don't worry, guys. This bathhouse does, in fact, come complete with a sweet, sweet sauna.
So, you looked into that before coming here, huh? Why am I not surprised?
Oh, you're from out of town, aren't you? Any and all travelers are more than welcome to bathe here. Why don't you take this chance to experience our authentic lollies? Lollies are a type of sauna developed in Remiferia, North Ambria, as I recall. I suppose it's no surprise there'd be one in a northern port town. Yeah, the real deal is really something. Once you've tried one, it sticks with you for life. First, you hit yourself with something called Vita to improve your circulation. Then the aromatics and the herbs get added into... Okay, let's stop there before you launch into another rambling session. Why, aren't you a knowledgeable young man? Feel free to drop by whenever you get a chance. Alolas will satisfy the pickiest of connoisseurs. Even those born and raised in them will agree. Reading ahead faster
Would
than
you
I
like
can
to
talk.
use the bath?
500 Mira. I don't have enough money. Sorry, Van. You had to get good equipment for your guys so they didn't get killed. Okay, back to over here. What's the easiest way to go? Up here.
Pretty canal.
Let me talk to you. Over here. Okay, I'm good.
Gotta have the Mira if you want the good stuff.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Oh no, he ran into a dead end. Kid.
Damn brat! Giving us the runaround!
You'd best hand over that briefcase if you want to get out of here in one piece.
Oh yeah? Sounds a little overkill to me. How's it hanging, fellas? Pretty ballsy raising a ruckus like this in broad daylight.
Clearly, you're no upstanding citizens if you're pointing a blade at a child. So, what's it gonna be? Wanna try your luck with the cops? Or us?
Shit, it's that Spriggan from the capital. And he's got his lackeys with him.
Lackeys. You're a lackey, Judith.
Oh?
You know about us? Word of our 4SPGs must have clued you in. Evidently, we can't be too careful.
And let's get one thing straight here. I am not his lackey. I'm barely even an employee.
I knew that would get under her skin.
Liking makes a difference. Anyone who gets in our way is gonna end up 6 Sarge under.
Their weapons. These punks might be on the same level as Jaegers. No need to hold back. Let's beat them down quick.
Roger that.
Deploying
And you're also on the same level as bracers, so I am not
Beginning
concerned.
combat test.
What do you got, Judith? Twilight Kiss. Twilight Arch.
Make it count!
A little tempted. Which one is the one that... she had one at least once upon a time.
Going all in.
There it is, buff removal. But does she have to be Grimcat to do it? I guess so. Darn. That got nerfed, I guess. I really want that buff removal. Used it all the time.
I follow in the night. Time to raise the curtain. Grimcat at your service. Now or never.
They had to add that extra little bounce in. Jeez, guys. They also made it a lot more expensive. Well, let's see if we can bewitch any of these guys.
Going all in.
You're not getting away.
We did. Cool. Good job, Judith.
Now's your chance to boost.
Going all in.
Side attack bonus. And then keyed. We don't need a cure or a shield. What is this? I don't have enough to use that? I do have enough to use that. Can I only use that when boosted? No. Interesting.
Pressure him and move
Or is that the... Let's see if that's the S pack.
Activating skill.
Unleashing
It is.
full strength. Lance mode, activate. Digama, driver!
Boost gauge limit exceeded.
Forgive me, cheap developer.
Interesting.
They weren't all that tough, but their firearms sure packed a punch.
Yeah, good thing you bewitched them so they turned on each other.
That they did. If my suspicions are correct, those weapons might be...
You alright, kid?
Yeah. Not a scratch on me. I'd have been a goner if it weren't for you three. Thank you so much for saving... Whoops!
There they go. All over the street, too.
Slow your roll a sec, alright? It's not like we're gonna run off on...
Oh dear.
Van? Wait, that's...
Why does he have a picture of that? We're about to interrogate him at the White Whale and find out. Ooh, in a room, too.
Luca, was it? You said you're looking for your old man?
That's right. It's been about 3 months since he went missing.
Lots happened 3 months ago. Your old man isn't Dingo. No, he's not old enough to have a kid your age. Unless he was incredibly precocious. Luca.
It wasn't all that unusual at first. He'd always hop from job to job doing whatever work he could get. But eventually, I knew I had to track him down. Even Mom could tell something was up.
Oh wait, he has a picture of that? And who was murdered 3 months ago? Guacamo. Is that it?
Dad left this briefcase in his room, and I figured it might point me in the right direction.
No, it couldn't be Guacamo. He wouldn't have done something that careless.
But then...
Those shifty-looking men appeared, and they've been tailing you ever since.
Back streets or not, they wouldn't have cornered you like that unless the situation called for it. Don't you have any idea what this is about?
Not that I can say for sure.
That's so.
What's your what's your dad's name?
Sounds to me like his pops got tangled up with the wrong side of the law.
I've been meaning to ask. You guys are professional problem solvers, right? Maybe you can help me find my dad? Or, better yet, we could all go look for him together.
Luca.
Except, I don't have much Mira on me. Oh, now what do I do?
Financial troubles aside, those thugs might try and come after you again. I'd feel a lot better if he had an adult with him, but... What's your call, Van?
There's definitely more going on here than meets the eye. But I'm sorry, Luca. I can't take your case.
Is it because I don't have the money? Or because I'm still a kid?
Nah, that's not the issue. The fact is, your dad's been MIA for 3 months. This is exactly the kind of thing the guild and police are equipped to handle. Better to go to your local authorities before resorting to some spriggan from out of town.
I get what you mean. It's just...
That's an odd reaction.
Huh? Chin up. Who knows? We might stumble into some info on your dad out there. In which case, we'll get in touch. How's that sound?
I'm a little disappointed, but... I understand. Let me know if you hear anything. Anything at all.
It's a promise. But in return, you have to promise us not to run into any more danger alone. Deal?
Deal! You guys stay safe, too.
How are you going to get contact with the kid? The innkeeper will watch over him for the time being, so we can rest easy. Okay, so he's just staying in your room. Yeah, not much room for an armed assault with all the foot traffic this place gets. So, do you think Luca's dad was caught up in something shady? Without a doubt. These streets won't turn squeaky clean overnight just because the mafia was wiped out. Messeldam's always been on the rough side, but that recent shift is making more waves than ripples. Luca getting jumped might be just another aftershock of Almada's big fall. I had a hunch this would lead back to them. It's bound to whenever the underworld comes up. The biggest tip-off was that photo. Yes! Seriously. It was of the first Genesis, the one Agnes has. Couple that with Luke's pop having criminal ties in the city Almada called home. It all points to one thing. You think his father was part of their ranks? But aren't all their members in custody? Almada was a huge syndicate. It's not impossible that a few stragglers slipped through the cracks. Not to mention, this city was their base of operations for a long while. So they'd have plenty of spots to lie low. This just gets better and better. It bears investigating. We might learn something about the legacy in the process. What should we tell Luca? He seemed to be unaware of what his father was involved in. Then again, he may have had an inkling, judging by his reaction earlier. Yeah, no matter how well his pops kept things on the sly, Luca still hesitated when the police and bracers came up. I'm not so sure he has the stomach to unmask the whole ugly truth. Not enough for us to take on his request, at any rate. That's just the Spriggan way, I guess. So, what's our next move? Well, we can't afford to drag our feet with those goons closing in. No way around it. One of us is going to need to flex her connections. What are you looking at me for? Hold on, you don't mean... The very first Grim Cat and a fame, I really apologize for not being able to say that word correctly, chansonnier of bygone days, famed singer of bygone days. Even as a retiree, she seems like a powerful ally to have in our corner. I admit, Granny does a lot to stay on top of what goes on behind closed doors. She's practically got a sixth sense for when something fishy is brewing, no matter how big or small. To this day, she'll go sticking her nose into other people's business whenever the mood strikes her. Wait. I think I'm starting to get it now. Yep. Chances are her sudden interest in your latest gig isn't just surface level. It's at least worth asking her about. Oh, you're not giving me much of a choice, are you? Grinds my gears to lean on her. It's probably our best bet right now. I knew you'd come around. Shall we head to the shooting location then? Though now that I think about it, didn't they say they were going to move somewhere else? Yeah, assuming things are on schedule, they should be pretty close by. Let's go take a look around. Let's go finish our ballerina quest first. Ballerina quest. Oh wait, can I short travel there? Whistledum. Hey! Club Barracuda, I can! It'll keep me from accidentally getting caught up in red triangles. Okay, we talk to him. You the director, or what are you? Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Shows more of the goods, baby. Are you practicing getting her used to a catcalling or something? I knew they saved the best girls for the middle of the day. No, he's a customer. Duping work so I could come here instead was the right call. Oh my gosh, Lux, you sleaze. Hi, sweetie. Oh, Amato's downfall hasn't changed the owner of this place one bit. I wonder who he's going to make a patsy out of this year. Not that it's any of my business. I just here to make as much money as I can while he keeps the doors open. It's the long and short of it.
Got a question for you.
Normally this wouldn't be that big a deal. But I've got a feeling the owner won't take too kindly to us asking lots of questions. Might be easier to see if any of the dancers know something. Excuse me, miss? Oh, got a tip for me, mister? Feel free to put it anywhere you want. That's not what we're here for. If possible, we'd like to ask you something, not involving tips and G-strings. Patra might act like he's all grown up, but he's still just a kid, huh? Patra explained that they were looking for an antique dealer. Oh, you're looking for that guy, are you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's here today. Oh my god, it's a sleazeball? Good. Sounds like we're in luck. But where is he? I haven't seen anyone matching his description so far. Hey, the guy just walked out of the bathroom. Yep, that's him. He's probably got some business with the owner today. Stops by to sell his wares here every now and then. He uses this place as a sort of hunting ground. Finds suckers who are into buying old junk, then pulls them into another room for a sales pitch. So, yeah, he's a little shady, but he's also a great tipper. And that makes him okay in my book. I see. Thank you. You've been very helpful. All right, then. Let's see what this guy's got to say. Are you kidding me? Right in front of him, there's a... You didn't know about that? Well, I'm gonna... Where is he? Oh, he's over here looking at the menu. Or... What's in that box? Is that the menu? Cigars? I don't know. I'm curious. I doubt it's a tea caddy. Talk first. Oh, that hits the spot. Feeling a mite peckish now. Might as well order some snacks to go with my drink.
Got a question for you.
Oh, a music box with a ballerina on top. Damn, I finally get it off my hands and now someone takes an interest. You sold it. Yep, gave it to the new owners a few days ago. Sorry, pal. Oh, I was afraid of that. I figured it wouldn't be so simple. Mind telling us who you sold it to? The original owner's looking for it. The original owner, huh? Yeah, I don't want nothing more to do with that mess. It was some old lady. Pretty sure I saw her wandering around over by the docks this morning. I think she was wearing a yellow scarf. Thanks for the tip. By the way, what did you mean by get it off my hands? From what we heard, the former owner of the Orbital factory put a whole lot of effort into that thing. The old man was pretty famous at his trade, wasn't he? I kind of expected people to be banging down your door for it. Yeah, well, I thought the same thing. Hell, that's why I bought it in the first place. Even bought it down to the club to try to sell it to somebody who might be into antiques. Only thing is, every one of them told me that music box comes with a lot of baggage. Baggage? What do you mean by that? Sorry, lady, but if I tell you, I'd be wrapped up in it myself. Anyway, to make a long story short, if I could sell it to some sleazeball, figured I'd just target your average Joe instead. And that's how I finally managed to get rid of it. Not sure how I feel about you selling something with a sketchy history to the general public. Anyway, we should try and find that old lady and see what she could tell us. Yeah, if we're lucky, she might be willing to make a trade. Sounds like a plan. Said she was over by the docks, so let's go take a look. Except, this thing popped up. Right in front of the owner. Let's see what happens. What just happened? Did I get something? Okay. Oh, is it a serum capsule? It must have been. Wow, okay, cool. I take back my ill feelings about having to do that. Okay, the docks. Can I fast travel to the docks? Simo, Chapel. Doesn't look like. Okay. Should be on the map, though. Down.
Wanna have a little
Left. Whoops, not that far down. Up the stairs.
Oh, it's...
Choosing to proceed would cause the main story to advance? As a result, all remaining daytime quests and side content would disappear. That's not fair! Leave. I do not want to check out the filming location. Okay, whoa. Judith, we saw your short shorts there. Wait, oh, things to give people. Yeah, I was curious why you even wanted this Katra.
Thanks a bunch.
You're welcome, Nadia. I can see why she would want that. Okay, this is a problem. I'm kind of stuck here. How can I get around the filming location and still get out of this area? Whoops. Keep hitting the wrong thing. Ooh, it is kind of a problem. I need to go over there. Can I go to the lighthouse? Or the souvenir shop? Or the bathhouse? If I go to the bathhouse, I can skip over it. Public baths. Actually, you can go... Well, there's a few places you can go, but we can start with the public baths.
Oh, nothing like a good hot bath.
Okay. Phew, dodged the proverbial bullet there. This is going to be her mother or something.
Just as lovely in winter, isn't it?
Elderly woman. Ah, gazing out at the ocean never fails to refresh my mind.
Got a question for you.
Oh, a music box with a ballerina. Why, yes, I actually just purchased something like that the other day. Looks like we were on the right track. That music box brought back a fond memory of mine. I was so moved when I saw it, I thought, surely Adios must be guiding my hand. You said it brought back a fond memory? Well, you see, I used to teach ballet several years ago. I suppose it's been over a decade by now. One day, a little girl I used to teach brought in that exact music box. She said her father had given it to her, and it was her prized possession. Oh, you should have seen the glow on her face. I was a bit surprised by how lavish it was, but just seeing her enthusiasm was enough to make me smile. How lavish? Unfortunately, a lot happened after that. Her family was separated, and everything in their home was auctioned off. When I saw it, I could hardly believe something so dear to her had been sold along with everything else. I thought, why not buy it myself in case I get a chance to return it? Her family was separated? I wonder what happened. Wait a minute, the girl you're talking about must be... Yes, there's no doubt about it. Did this student of yours happen to be named Francesca? How did you know? I think I'm getting a clearer picture here. Anne told the elderly woman about the request made by Francesca. Goodness, what a wonderful coincidence. It seems Adios really was calling me to buy that music box. My house isn't far from here. Let me go get it for you all. That'd be great. Sorry for the trouble. If you'd rather not make the walk by yourself, we don't mind tagging along. Anne and the others helped the old lady back to her house to retrieve the music box. After, the group headed to the chapel together to see Francesca. Oh, my old ballet teacher! I thought I'd never see you again. It's been far too long. I missed you so much. If no one else, I'd always hoped I'd at least get to see you again someday. I felt the very same. Though it must be little more than happenstance, I'm so very pleased to see you again. My, look at how you've grown. You've become such a fine young lady. I see you're still just as quick to tears as when you were little, however. Oh, you. A reunion after 9 long years. I'm getting a little misty-eyed myself. She must be overjoyed. Sorry to interrupt your get-together, ladies, but I've got the music box you were looking for right here. Mind checking to see we have the right one? Oh, I'm sorry. I was so wrapped up in the moment. Let me take a look. Well, that is kind of elaborate. Wow, it's very pretty. Sniffle. Yes, that's it. That's the one my father gave me. It's beautiful. I can tell your dad really cared about making you happy. The melody's rather nice as well. The crank turn's just fine, so there's no need to worry about the inner mechanisms being broken. Of course, Katra would worry about that. That's a relief. I can't tell you how much it means to have this back. And to think you even brought my old teacher along. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you. They take Mira. Thank you all so much for all you've done. No thanks needed beyond the fee for our services. You know, I actually thought that music box might have been that other thing we were looking for. But I didn't catch a single whiff of anything fishy, so I guess not. Huh? You thought it was related to Almada? What in the world made you think that? It was just a nice gift from her father. Francesca, It's okay, ma'am. We were just fixers who happened to have a few run-ins with Almada in the past. It wasn't until we were in the middle of investigating that I started to realize what was actually going on. I see. So you figured it out already. To be honest, having to keep it from you was starting to eat me up inside. If it's okay, I'd like to explain. Yeah, I'm still a little clueless over here, so it would be great. Several years ago, my father was the most powerful man in Messeldom's criminal underworld. Oh! The one Dingo helped to take down, and that, what's his name, took over from and turned Almada into something powerful. Garcia, was that his name? Enrique, Almada's former boss. Enrique? What does that name sound so familiar? I think it was written in Dinko's notes. I see. So your father had the music box made for you over a decade ago. Then Dantes took over Almada. Dantes, that was the name I was trying to think of. I suppose all this took place while your dad was still on the top of the underworld then. To be honest, the rumors I've heard about him aren't great. You're right. My father did many horrible things while he was with Almada. He used to be a traitor, but his craftiness got the better of him. That eventually led to his takeover of the Mafia. These days, he'd be considered a bit player in the grand scheme of things, but there was a time when he was feared even outside the city. However, my mother and I only ever knew him as a kind and gentle soul. Just like what he did for me with the music box, all he ever wanted was for us to be happy. Well, people aren't always what you see on the surface, that's for sure. Yes, even so, the people of this town hold his name in contempt. To this day, there are many who still carry a grudge against him, and were scared of what they might do if they found out who I was. And that's why you didn't want anyone else for help, right? Yes. Hold on, we read something in a few notes a while back. It said that all of Enrique's family and connections were killed. The truth of the matter is that Francesca is the only one who survived. 9 years ago, my parents risked their lives to help me escape. However, in a town completely under Almada's control, there was nowhere for me to go. That's when an informant came to save me. Dingo. He told me the least he could do to make amends for selling info to Dantes. Hey, that sounds like... Dingo. Yeah, it must have been him. Only someone Dantes thought highly of could have gotten her out alive. I suppose that makes sense. Wait, you know Dingo? Yeah, he was working in Edith as a reporter for a while. Still did informant work on the side, though. Me being a Spriggan, it made sense for us to do business, but in some ways he was kind of like an older brother. This has been an incredible day for coincidences. I owe him a debt of gratitude as well. You see, several days after that tragedy befell her family, Dingo appeared to me once more to say, Francisca wanted me to tell you something. He wanted me to know she was safe, but warned me to act as though she was dead. Ever since then, I've kept Francesca in my heart. I could only pray we might meet again someday. I see. Makes this reunion all the sweeter, huh? Is it possible that Dingo's still in the capital? I always hoped I'd be able to find him someday. He introduced me to a family that took me in as a foster child. If not for his connections, I might never have had a family again. Unfortunately, searching for him while Amada was still around was too dangerous. I've always regretted never telling him how grateful I was. Well... What's wrong? The thing is, Dingo passed away. It happened just last year while he was trying to follow up on Almada. In the end, it's because of the information he left us that we were able to fight back against Dantes. Oh dear. The guy was one hell of a reporter, that's for sure. Even helped me out sometimes, too. A lot of what I know is through hearsay, but he seemed like a really great guy. I remember he saved Marielle when a politician targeted her for digging into its affairs. Yeah, he was the kind of guy who was always one step ahead of everyone else. So flawless, you almost hated him for it. And he cared about other people to a fault. No matter what happened, you always knew you could count on him. Based on what he did for you, I guess he'd always been like that. Yes, even though he tried to feign disinterest, I could tell he was a gentle soul. But why? Why did that have to happen to someone like him? I lost everything because of Almada, and now, Dingo too? I never even got to thank him. Oh, Francesca. I know it hurts, dear. Everything will be all right. Wherever he is now, I'm sure he knows how you feel. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so emotional. I'm sure he meant a lot more to you than he did to me. You've got nothing to apologize for. It's good to know there's one more person out there who misses him just as much as we do. But I finally found the courage to come to Messeldam. I've gotten back so much of what I lost. Irreplaceable things. It's all thanks to you. And despite knowing that Dingo is gone now, even if I can't thank him in person, at least I can do is continue to live my life looking forward. Sounds like a good plan. I'm sure that's what he'd want for you too. Well, that was certainly unexpected. Yeah, I'm glad we decided to take on her case.
That's all, folks.
Reward deposited.
Thank you. We can really use the mirror as it happens. We are broke. I mentioned this when I was doing the demo, but my original suspicion before I knew Lapis was involved, was that the serial killer / weird Grindle was Dingo reanimated. But now that Lapis may be involved, I'm not so sure. And the reason I thought it might be Dingo reanimated is because he walked right past Muriel without harming her when he murdered a bunch of other peoples, or it murdered a bunch of other peoples. That's something Dingo would do, but Dingo under the control of the fairy? Hard to know. And it might just be Dingo's shell, assuming it's Dingo at all. It's the sort of thing this series of games does to you. You start spinning off based on things you know from past games and even past arcs about who might be showing up and how they might be involved. But now that Lapis may have a connection, I am really wondering where Rufus is. Hello, sir. We didn't talk to you last time. There is much I can learn from Father Rodian's tolerant and impartial ways. But I have to question the significance of treading into the fare of those who have lost their way. Surely there must be options other than confronting those who show no signs of repenting for their misdeeds. Yeah. He's not the forgiving sort. Confrontation is not always the best idea, buddy. Okay. Let's check. Alright, it looks like I can now safely go straight ahead into the filming location and continue with the main story. Let's do that and see where this takes us. Choosing to proceed will cause the main story to advance. Yes, this time I'm okay with that. We're good. Should I go check on the kid again? Yeah, he'll be fine.
What? Their boat's already at the harbor?
That document was forged, Ron. You have to hurry. As for me, I'll try to find out where they're headed.
Don't, Michelle! You've already risked enough!
Where'd everyone go? What's happening?
Michelle! Are you there? Michelle!
And cut!
Amazing, Nina! I can't believe you landed that in just one take.
Consider me blown away. You were perfect from the second we started rolling.
Well, I couldn't have done it without everyone's input. Oh, Mr. Gotti, what did you think?
I can't speak for Lom, but that was everything I envisioned and more!
Mumble, mumble.
Eureka! I've just come up with a follow-up scene so marvelous, so spectacular, it'll knock your socks off!
And hopefully not your clothes, though. Be careful when he says something like that.
Director, please.
More additional photography? Cut us some slack, sir.
Oh, Judith. And you brought Van and Katra.
Hiya, Nina.
Sounds like things are coming along.
Yes, we've already met her. She was in the
I
previous...
wanted to thank you all again for helping out with today's shoot.
She was in the previous opening part of this.
Because of you, my first role opposite Judith is on the road to success.
Glad to hear it. But you should give yourself most of the credit.
Agreed. I'm starting to see why everyone was so charmed by your character in Wolves Requiem.
Charmed is one way to put it, but she died at the end.
That's very kind of you to say. This is my first time doing a crossover, though, so I'm still a little unsure of myself.
And how I can have a crossover when I died. My character is dead. Oh well, I guess this might be an alternative universe crossover.
It'll be a challenge, but I've got high hopes for you. Let's see how far we can take this thing.
Right. We'll give them a performance to remember.
Nina in the last game is a little bit sus. It seems like she's got ulterior motive for something. Don't know if it's sinister or not. Maybe not. Hard to know.
Hey, Nina! There's something I wanted to run by you.
Yes, sir. I'll be right there.
Duty calls. We'll catch up later, okay?
Of course. See you on the set.
Man, that girl's got it made. Already a star, but with potential to spare.
You want to say that a little more quietly around her chief rival?
It hurts to admit, but you're right. Just when I think I've seen it all, she throws me for another loop. I need to start upping my game before she upstages me.
Ha! Now that's what I like to hear.
Dominique.
Seems sharing the spotlight with Nina was just the kick in the pants you needed. Stick to that attitude and you'll get through my special boot camp just fine.
Grammy! Can you quit it with the super stealth already? And besides, with how packed the production schedule is, you'll be way too busy to train me. Right?
Don't hold back on my account. Chances like these don't grow on trees, after all.
All right, I'll do it, okay? Just stop giving me that look.
I think I understand why Judith is so daunted by her.
You can really tell who wears the pants in the family.
You two are those temps they brought in for the shoot earlier, aren't you? What business does a Spriggan have with me? Something tells me you're not looking for acting tips.
Locked already, huh? I reckon it wasn't Judith who filled you in.
You'd be right. I've been wise to the scuttlebutt on you for some time. Now, why don't you share what's on your mind?
I see. Something sketchy's afoot, that's for certain. I've heard talk about this legacy of Almada's, but I can't say the same about them having stragglers. In either case, you seem to be left guessing. That's what we're hoping to get your take on. The way you're talking, it sounds like you've already done some poking around for the first one. You'd have to be real thick to turn the other way, assuming it actually exists. Armada's legacy has been the subject of much speculation throughout the underground grapevine. It's something of an urban legend at this point, especially now that most of the mafia's kaput. Rumor says it's a massive pile of mirror or some other grand treasure that was left behind. For a time, everyone and their mother was trying to find the thing. Though nowadays, it seems like only the occasional gangster or Jaeger is still worked up over it. But haven't the police already made a thorough inquiry into Almada at this point? Just how likely is it that something was overlooked? Good question. Word is they seized everything from shell company holdings to assets squirreled away in foreign countries. Any rational person would tell you there's no way anything of value would be glossed over. And yet, some folk have enough grounds to believe the search is worth keeping up. Some folks, meaning... All things considered, there's only one real answer. Luca's father's, Zek Arms, the Culvater. I'm going to go with Zek's Arms. It's got to be that new weapons manufacturer, Zek's Arms. As I suspected. Something about them moving into that building didn't sit right with me. They must have bought the place in hopes that a certain something of Almada's remained. Yeah. And remember all that heat those goons that jumped Luca were packing? Yeah, that was pretty, grim. Those were Zek's Arms models. The kind you can't get on the market. Common sense says they've got a horse in this race. Now that you mention it, I've been noticing a lot of guys in black suits around town. It's a reasonable assumption. Regardless of their methods, it's clear Zek Arm is hunting for something. That fits in nicely with everything else we know. Looks like the pieces are lining up for you. I wager one of them will provide a lead on tracking that boy's father down, too. Luca's pops knew something about the legacy. Zek Arms wouldn't openly throw that much manpower at him if they weren't sure of that. Then perhaps this calls for a little digging on that front. Zek's Arms started up just 6 years ago, as I recall. They're headquartered in one of the Free Cities, but their actual operations and what have you are shrouded in mystery. On the surface, they design and manufacture weapons while marketing themselves as a private military company. But beneath the veneer is a whole bevy of nasty business, from testing illegal armaments to inciting conflict in war zones. The thing is, no one has enough evidence to punish them for it. Not within the confines of the law, anyway. What are you getting at, Grammy? Well now, look at the time. I really should be taking my leave. And Judith, if I said it once, I said it a million times. As the successor to the Grimcat name, it's on you to decide what to make of it. That includes what you end up doing with this. Oh! War plans! Grandmother, where on earth? Ooh, her grandma is not to be trifled with. But whatever you do, don't go making a damn fool of yourself. Got it? She's one hell of a grandma. Talk about having an ace up your sleeve. Try to talk in the lower register of her van, but then I go into old lady voice a little too much sometimes. And it's exactly the one we need. Now we can give Zek Arms the property inspection they never asked for. Earn 2 SP. Yay! The same day, 8:38 p.m. In Whitewell. What you doing, Van? The kid went home then. Yeah, while it was still light out. He wanted to hang around until he heard back from you, but I figured he was better off steering clear. You made the right call. When do you want to leave, Van? The two of us are ready when you are. No rush, though. We're still ahead of schedule. Now hold on. You're not planning to go out at this hour, are you? It's chilly out this time of year, and the area hasn't been too safe these days. Don't worry about us. It's just a little errand. We won't be long. You sure? Well, if you insist. It's probably best to push this plan back as late as we can. Let's kill some time in town before heading over to you-know-where. Good thinking. We need to finesse this thing so it leaves Granny speechless. Oh, whatever you say, Judith. Anyway, this is our chance to make sure our equipment is in order. And I have a call. Oh, you! Hey! Just popping in with an update from Marduk's support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Martian Garden. So check it out when you get a chance, okay? Ugh. So, what to do? Third floor has been added. I don't feel like that's going to ruin the vibe we've got going here. But I also think, how long have I been doing this? Totally lost track of time. 2 hours! Okay, this is a good stopping point. I'll decide whether or not to do the garden this time or some other time when I get back. So, thanks very much for watching. Lots of stuff happened, huh? Getting interesting. We'll pick it up next time, Judith. Don't need a big sigh. But take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day.